Before proceeding with this video, you can get official Brasileine and Flamengo products right here through YouTube Shopping. You can get them now and really help Flamengo. Get yours right now and support Mango. You also help the channel, you help its official merchandise. With official merchandise, you help Flamengo. Stay until the end of the video because there are official releases, there's a jersey on display, there's everything. Hey guys, shout out to all the Rubro Negros. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're new here, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on notifications by clicking the bell, and drop a like on the video. We're here in the press conference room at Camping Road Stadium, where Road to 26 is taking place, a series of friendly matches before the World Cup. We're here following along Colombia and Croatia. We're here to see if maybe we can get any updates on Jorge Carrascal. A quick note here, I don't know if you saw it, on Globo's broadcast of Brazil's game, they showed Arrascaeta and other Flamengo players coming on. Even Hannah made a very interesting video on Instagram. My cousin, Hannah Tenda, made an interesting video where she said the following: this was the best way for Globo to honor Flamengo, because Flamengo is like a national team. Because Globo showed Leo Ortiz coming in, Emerson Royal and Arrascaeta coming into the Brazil game. Along with Luis Henrique. Amazing, right guys? Amazing. Arrascaeta, Leo Ortiz, and Emerson Royal in the Brazilian national team. Unbelievable, just unbelievable. Oh my God, we have images to show you right now of Flamengo's new jersey. Information as well. Look, Coluna do Fla reported that the new jersey will cost 799 reais and 99 centavos. The authentic. So just to make it clear, that's the one the player wears. But I have some information to share with you here, images to show. You'll see that the regular jersey, which is not the one the player wears, is all perforated as if it were already the authentic. It's very similar to the authentic. What changes for the authentic is that the CRF is rubberized. It's a different fabric. But honestly, the authentic is better looking. But this time, the jersey is very similar. Cool, right? This one, what people call the store jersey, right? But the authentic is the one used in matches, the one the player wears, which is a bit lighter. This one costs 799 reais, and the regular jersey costs 449 reais.
Wow. Realmente,
it's really pricey, right? Adidas raises the price of the jerseys every year. It's surreal. Well, we're here. Today here in the United States, we also had the match between Brazil and France. People are saying that's why they stopped the Brazilian championship. You can see here Leo Pereira. Leo Pereira even talked about the match, about this loss to France. But look, guys, honestly, I got worried. Do you know why? What I saw from the national team shows there's still a lot missing. There's no chemistry. It's going to be hard to fix that before the World Cup. Ancelotti would need about 10 friendlies to sort that out, man. And let me tell you something. Casemiro, for example, is living off his reputation. There are players there who are only playing because of their reputation. And Casemiro even said, I'm Neymar's friend. I'm a fan of Neymar. Neymar, for me, is one of the top three, but I'm not the one who picks the team. So everyone wants to see Neymar. But also, man, Neymar isn't going to solve everything. So one thing is clear about the national team. They need to build chemistry. Look, Leo Pereira said the following: the responsibility was huge today, but we also see it as a great privilege. It's an honor to be able to defend our people in such a special match. We played for a draw and who knows, maybe even to win. We had, if I'm not mistaken, 17 shots. We fought for every ball, every challenge. I'm very happy and honored to wear this jersey. I fought so hard to get this chance. It's about continuing to improve, keeping our heads up because we have another friendly match coming up. It's going to happen here in this stadium at Camping Road Stadium. It'll happen here on Tuesday Brazil versus Croatia. We had the situation with Gonzalo Plata, and we have some well-verified information to share with you. That Gonzalo Plata. Reports came out about Gonzalo Plata that he allegedly got involved with women during training camp, and it became an internal problem at Flamengo, according to the newspaper O Globo. And after all this started coming out, and everyone saw that Gonzalo Plata is about to be punished, even by Flamengo, if he keeps making mistakes, he will end up being punished. Flamengo even considered punishing the player. Cruzeiro at the same time thought, let's try to sign Gonzalo Plata. And then, from the investigation we did regarding this situation, I spoke with a source connected to the board who assured me that Cruzeiro really did make the call. It was Bruno Spindel, who has already worked at Flamengo. He was Flamengo's executive director. Bruno Spindel got in touch with Jose Boto, and he tried to sign Gonzalo Plata. He knows Plata, he tried to sign Gonzalo Plata. The whole point is this. Bruno Spindel tried to get Gonzalo Plata on loan. And Flamengo right away didn't agree to loan Gonzalo Plata to Cruzeiro. Flamengo knows they'd be helping a rival, and despite his issues, he's still a quality player, even with all the off-field problems. So they'd be strengthening Cruzeiro. So Flamengo said this, and Boto's response was as follows. We won't loan him. A deal only happens if Kaio Jorge is included. At that moment, Cruzeiro refused. And then this information that came out saying there hasn't been a response yet, that Flamengo asked to include Kaio Jorge in the deal, and the transfer window actually closes tomorrow. It's already closing tomorrow. There's no, forget about it. It's not going to happen. But this information, the information that Flamengo supposedly asked to include Kaio Jorge in the deal and that they haven't responded yet, is not true. That came out in Globo, and it's true that Flamengo did mention Kaio Jorge, but it's not true that there's still a chance. No, there's no chance because Cruzeiro stopped responding and wasn't interested in moving forward. They only wanted a loan, which is too easy, right? That's too easy. Come on, man, here it's easy to just sit back and relax, right, buddy? Come on, you're kidding, right? So Cruzeiro wanted Gonzalo Plata for free, on loan. He's having problems there. Send him here and we'll get him back on track. Then Flamengo, the player, the forward, does well in the World Cup, and Flamengo wants to sell him. He's on loan to Cruzeiro. You could even put in a clause, like if there's an offer after the World Cup and they're going to sell, you have to let him go, okay? But you're just making your opponent stronger for free. Who's struggling at the bottom but could rise to the top? Are you going to make those guys stronger? No, it makes no sense. Flamengo also asked about Kaio Jorge. And so there's none of that. We're not waiting for any answer. We're not waiting for any answer. The deal simply didn't move forward, okay? The deal didn't move forward. And now Flamengo is in this situation waiting for the end of the year or the middle of the year to sign a striker, or at the latest by the end of the year. Flamengo wants to sign a center forward. They wanted Kaio Jorge, but Cruzeiro won't agree. Flamengo also didn't accept to negotiate Plata with them. So in the middle of the year, after the World Cup is over and his value goes up, Flamengo will try to sell Gonzalo Plata and will look for a replacement for Plata and will also go after a center forward. It's very unlikely they'll be able to sign Kaio Jorge, especially because Cruzeiro is asking for a lot of money. And that rumor hasn't been confirmed to this day, right? About the release clause being reduced at the end of the year. If that's true, Flamengo once again proves that even with Leonardo, Jardim still wants Kaio Jorge. Leonardo Jardim, who worked with him, knows him much better. And as I told you regarding the possible signing of a striker, Leonardo Jardim also views Marcos Leonardo favorably. So, when the transfer window opens again, the possibility of bringing in a striker from outside comes up again, and Marcos Leonardo could be that option. Kaio Jorge, I actually think, is much more difficult. It was just a way for Flamengo to take a jab, right? Oh, you want Gonzalo Plata? Okay, then let me have Kaio Jorge. Nothing more than that, all right? Guys, look, let me bring you some important information. People are talking about it. In the middle of all this that's happening, Gonzalo Plata, right? He deleted, archived, he changed his profile picture, which used to have a Flamengo photo, and he archived several posts leaving only one with the Libertadores Cup. But all the others, he archived the ones where he was wearing the Flamengo jersey. The situation is strange, right? He felt the criticism, he felt the moment, he felt the coach's statement, he felt everything that's happening. The guy really didn't like what's happening. He didn't like being confronted, the leaks and everything else. Very strange, right? Very strange. We also can't fail to mention it. He left a photo wearing the Flamengo jersey, which had the Libertadores trophy there, but of course it's important for us to talk about this situation where he really deleted, archived several photos where he was wearing the Flamengo jersey. What do you think about that? And now it's time for us to talk about Flamengo, about Gavia, right? We had the launch of new jerseys, a new Brasileine collection today at Gavia. And before that, we also had an interesting situation at Gavia. Did you see this here? Do you know what this is here? Flamengo posted the number 12 Mbappé jersey on social media. Flamengo posted that jersey for Mbappé. He was the one who scored the chip shot against the Brazilian national team. What can you do? On their official social media, Flamengo invited the forward Vini Jr. and Kylian Mbappé to come to Maracanã to watch Flamengo's next Libertadores match against Independiente Medellin from Colombia. In the post, Flamengo wrote the following: jersey on, tickets secured. The next home Libertadores match is on April 16th. Let's go to Maraca, Vini Jr. and Mbappé. The Rubro Negro also posted a photo of the jersey with Mbappe's name on it. So the invitation has been made to Mbappé. Flamengo has already invited Mbappé, and the fans just keep coming. The fans are going crazy. Look, it wouldn't be that hard, huh? It wouldn't be that hard. So, guys talking here a day after the champions is tough. Well, it's their day off, my friend. They got on the plane, boom, right? Private jet. Man, that's easy, dude, easy. For him, it's easy, right? They just get there, sign, and stay for good. You're crazy. So Flamengo is inviting him. Flamengo opens its doors to Mbappé. They even post a picture of the jersey. That's it, man. That's it. That's Flamengo. Flamengo is huge, right? Everybody's there, including us, right? Guys, this chat here after the game, the Road to 26 crew recorded it. The chat from... Look, there's another one who wants to play for Flamengo, okay? He's another one who's eager to play for Flamengo, always wearing their jersey. Look at Camavinga. Vini Jr. over there, look, chatting with Camavinga. The Road to 26 crew caught it on camera. Vini Jr. and Camavinga, look at that. Chatting. Vini will convince another one to play for Flamengo. Another one. Mbappé, Camavinga, it's everyone, man. That's crazy. My friends, here's the thing. Check this out. There was a lot of talk that Vasco would... An investment of 2 billion, which is the amount that the SAF is bringing to Vasco. 2 billion, which is the amount that Flamengo makes, less than what Flamengo makes in a year. Look at that. The situation isn't quite like that. The VDG cast, right, shared a really interesting piece of information explaining that the investment in soccer, it's less than 700 million. It's less than the investment that 777 promised and didn't deliver. In other words, it's practically a third of what Flamengo makes in a year. And it's, man, a higher percentage than 777. Look how crazy this is. Look how crazy this is, guys. The guys are selling the club for a third of its value, a third for football, obviously. That's the amount that goes to football. But anyway, it's a third of what Flamengo makes in revenue in a year. It's hard to believe. I'm telling you because it's really impressive. It's impressive. I'm leaving the stadium here at Road to 26 where we're covering the games, and I saw this news and I was shocked. It's crazy. A soccer club like Botafogo, Fluminense, or Vasco. Fluminense is the same thing. They said 6.4 billion, but then actual new money, only 500 million. So there are a lot of tricks in all these SAF stories. And Lamacchia, who's Leila Pereira's stepson, son of the owner of Crefisa and all, wants to invest in Vasco, and Leila, who they say is a Vasco fan. There's still another issue which Mauro Cesar pointed out very well about the conflict of interest. How can the president of another club, her stepson, his company, and everything else buy another team, right? Make it a SAF. There's a big conflict. It's already an important issue to discuss this early in the whole financial fair play debate. There's still the issue of Botafogo. For example, what if they go bankrupt? If a club like Vasco or Botafogo, one of those clubs that becomes a SAF, declares bankruptcy, the spot in Serie A stays. For whom? Who gets the Serie A spot, the SAF or the member-run club? Guys, we have so many questions, right? So many questions. Let's head over to Gavia now for the official launch of Brasileine.
Hey guys, I showed you the new collection. No, from Brasileine. Let's go. Everything's getting interrupted. Beautiful.
Duo.
The jacket, man. Really cool. Very beautiful jacket, and it keeps you really warm, okay? I've already tried this jacket. It keeps you really warm. It's awesome. This jersey here, in honor of our little rooster too, with the old CRF in honor of Galo Zico, absolutely spectacular. Look, there are more jackets here. This one with the black CRF, man, really beautiful, right? This one is really good for you to train in, for doing sports. Look, it's just this little zipper here, really good. Look, it has pockets. Man, awesome. This jersey here is spectacular. This jersey here is unbelievable. Look at the back. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful jersey. This new Mercado jersey is absolutely spectacular. Look, it even has the pants from that jacket. The pants are nice, really nice pants. And hey, to wrap up this absolutely spectacular windbreaker, this new windbreaker here, let me even come over here into the light. This windbreaker from Brasileine is really nice, also from the new collection. It's amazing. Look, it comes in different versions. There's a kid's version, a women's version, they've got it all. This windbreaker here, look, is top-notch. Top-notch, really, really, and it has pockets too. Awesome, awesome.